Let's get more on BP's makeover attempt. For that, let's bring in Rice University professor and energy industry expert Bill Arnold. He joins us right now by phone. So, as expected, Bob Dudley is in the new CEO of BP. Is Dudley the right guy to get BP through the spill, its legal obligations, repair its reputation, and really find new growth?
Good morning, Carol. I think Bob Dudley is the right person at the right time. He brings to the position a world of experience, quite literally. He's a global executive, has worked in some of the most challenging parts of the world, but he also has his roots in the U.S. Gulf Coast, which I think really matters. And I think it helps to solidify the notion that this really is BP and it's not British Petroleum.
And that's a good point, Bill. You know, you were recently in London. You met with some senior officials in the British government that they chose an American. This is a big deal, isn't it?
It's a very big deal for the board of directors, both the decision to replace the CEO and to select an American for that position. It's a change in the heritage of the company to some extent. Shell has gone through that, and in choosing Peter Voser, a Swiss chief financial officer, to be the CEO of Shell a couple of years ago. So I think it's looking at merit, looking for the right people at the right time.
What does it say to you, too, about BP going forward here?
Well, they've got obviously huge challenges. They've got to completely rebuild their portfolio. We've seen the number of $30 billion in asset sales. They will be taking a look geographically and in many other functional ways as to what the new portfolio ought to look like, how to create it, how to build it, how to transform the company.
Can they save the brand, in your view? I mean, other companies have gone through some similar things. I think about Shell Oil Company. I mean, what have we learned from Shell? What are we now learning with BP? I mean, can they preserve this brand going forward?
Well, I think when you refer to Shell, you're probably talking to the reserves problems of several years ago, which was a traumatic event for Shell. And this has obviously been a traumatic event for BP, but even more so for the people of the United States and the Gulf Coast. It suggests that the chief executive officer has to really have the reins of the company firmly in hand, be very, very clear on what they're trying to achieve, and to build the processes internally to achieve that.
Just got about 30 seconds here, Bill. Let me ask you, I mean, is this a useless move, though, in appointing a new CEO, making it an American? I mean, can BP really repair its image, especially here in the United States?
It has to do that, and I think that's why Dudley is so effective. Is he's had experience in some of the toughest places in the world.
Right.
He never lost his roots, and he's got a personal style that's non-confrontational and works with people. You
think it'll work, though? You know, those lawmakers, they've got to play to the constituents, especially in the Gulf region, who are very, very upset about what happened with BP. You think it'll work?
I think he's the right person for that. I do worry a little bit about some of the reports of legislation coming out of Washington that include protectionism that's probably not appropriate, along with some good safety measures, which I think the whole industry would embrace.
All right, going to leave it there. Bill, thank you so much. Professor Bill Arnold of Rice University's Business School.